Breaking. The person you love just made a life-changing decision about you. My beloved child, wait, before you scroll, something has shifted in a way you never expected. A decision has just been made, and although you cannot see it yet, its impact is already moving through your story. The person you love reached a moment where they could no longer keep standing between yesterday and tomorrow. For a long time they questioned their own heart, wondering if silence was easier than honesty, if distance was safer than vulnerability. But today, everything changed. A single realization broke through every excuse they had been hiding behind. They finally understood that some connections cannot be replaced, no matter how hard life tries to rewrite the story. Don't skip, because the next few moments may completely change how you see everything. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. What happened next was not loud, dramatic, or visible to the world. It happened quietly, deep inside their heart, where the most important decisions are always made. There was one unexpected moment that stopped them completely. It wasn't a coincidence. It wasn't an accident. Something reminded them of you in a way they could not ignore. A familiar memory returned without warning. A smile they thought they had forgotten suddenly became impossible to escape. The future they once imagined without you no longer felt complete. That was the exact second everything began to change. Instead of running from their feelings, they finally looked directly at them. Instead of asking whether they should let go, they started asking what would happen if they finally chose to hold on. This was not a small emotional reaction. This was a life-changing decision that has been building for much longer than anyone realizes. Don't skip. Every word matters because another hidden piece of this story is about to be revealed, and what comes next explains why this decision feels different from every choice they made before. Right now, they are carrying a quiet determination they have never carried before. The fear that once controlled every step is slowly losing its power, replaced by a confidence they never expected to feel. They know that some opportunities only appear once, and they do not want to lose what truly matters anymore. The path ahead still contains questions, but their heart is no longer searching for a different destination. It has already chosen one. That is why today feels unlike any other day. The decision has been made, even if the results have not yet appeared. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The next part reveals the unexpected event that confirmed this choice and why the person you love believes that nothing will ever feel the same again. A quiet chapter has already begun, even though nobody around them seems to notice it. The person you love woke up carrying a different mindset than they had only a short time ago. The doubts that once echoed endlessly have started to disappear, replaced by a strange sense of certainty they cannot fully explain. They replayed old conversations in their mind, remembering the moments they almost walked away and the reasons they once believed they had to stay silent. But every memory led them back to the same conclusion: you were never the problem they convinced themselves to believe. You became the answer they kept searching for without realizing it. Don't skip, because what happened after this realization surprised even them. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The next step they took was not impulsive. It was calm, intentional, and filled with hope for a future they once thought had already slipped away. Then something completely unexpected happened. They imagined what life would look like years from now if they ignored what their heart was telling them today. That picture felt empty. Every version of the future that excluded you somehow seemed incomplete. It was in that silent reflection that they made a promise to themselves. They would stop allowing fear to make every important decision. They would stop waiting for the perfect moment that never seemed to arrive. Instead, they chose courage over hesitation. It was not a decision driven by emotion alone, it was a choice built on everything they had learned through every misunderstanding, every delay, and every unanswered question. Don't skip. This is only the beginning, because an even greater confirmation is about to appear, one they never expected to receive. Now the story is moving toward a turning point that cannot be ignored forever. Small signs are beginning to appear around them, encouraging them to keep moving instead of looking back. They no longer see your connection as something temporary. They see it as something worth protecting, worth understanding, and worth fighting for in the right way. Every passing day strengthens the decision they have already made inside their heart. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The next part uncovers the private conversation they had with themselves, a conversation that changed everything and revealed the one truth they could no longer hide from. For the first time in a very long while, they stopped trying to silence their own heart. There was no crowd around them, no one telling them what to think, and no voice pushing them in one direction or another. It was just them, alone with their thoughts, asking one simple question: what do I truly want? The answer arrived more quickly than they expected. Every road they imagined somehow circled back to you. Every dream they pictured felt brighter when your presence was part of it. That realization didn't create confusion, it created peace. The uncertainty that had followed them for so long finally began to fade. Don't skip, because this is where the story takes a remarkable turn. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The choice they made was no longer based on fear of losing something, it was based on finally recognizing what was genuinely valuable. As that realization settled into their heart, another unexpected thought appeared. They understood that waiting forever would never create the future they secretly hoped for. Time had already taught them enough lessons. Missed opportunities, unanswered emotions, and silent moments had all been preparing them for this exact day. Instead of looking backward with regret, they started looking forward with purpose. They quietly promised themselves that they would no longer allow hesitation to decide their future. Every small memory became another reminder that some connections deserve patience, honesty, and courage. What looked impossible yesterday suddenly felt possible today. Don't skip. The next revelation explains why this quiet promise is already beginning to influence everything they do, even if nobody else has noticed the change yet. Now something even more meaningful is unfolding beneath the surface. The person you love is beginning to see every obstacle from a completely different perspective. What once felt like an ending now feels like preparation for a better beginning. Their confidence is growing one step at a time, and with every passing moment they become more certain that this decision was the right one. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The next part reveals the unexpected sign that appeared immediately after this decision, a moment so perfectly timed that they could no longer dismiss it as a coincidence, and it pushed them one step closer to the future they had been quietly hoping for. A single unexpected moment arrived when they least expected it, and it felt as though life itself had quietly whispered, "Keep moving forward." It wasn't a dramatic event that everyone noticed. It was something deeply personal, something only they could truly understand. A familiar place, an old conversation, or a memory that suddenly returned with incredible clarity reminded them that some connections never disappear, they simply wait for the right season to bloom again. At that moment, every excuse they had been holding on to began to lose its power. Every fear that once seemed impossible to overcome suddenly looked much smaller. Don't skip, because this is only the beginning of what is unfolding. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They realized they had spent far too much time protecting themselves from disappointment and not enough time protecting what truly mattered. That realization became the final piece they needed before moving toward a completely different future. From that day forward, their thoughts became impossible to ignore. Every quiet moment brought them back to the same question, and every answer pointed in the same direction. They no longer wanted a future built on "what if." They wanted one built on honesty, patience, and hope. The person you love started seeing possibilities where they once saw closed doors. Instead of focusing on everything that had gone wrong, they began imagining everything that could still go right. The change wasn't sudden because of excitement, it was powerful because it came from deep understanding. They finally recognized that the strongest decisions are not made in moments of pressure but in moments of complete clarity. Don't skip. Something even greater is about to be revealed, and it explains why this decision is becoming stronger with every passing day rather than weaker. Now the story is quietly moving toward its most unforgettable chapter. The person you love is no longer waiting for life to decide everything on their behalf. They have started preparing themselves emotionally for what comes next, believing that some opportunities deserve courage instead of hesitation. Every passing day strengthens their confidence, and every new sunrise reminds them why they made this life-changing decision in the first place. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. In the next part, an unexpected conversation changes everything once again, revealing the final confirmation that convinces them they can no longer keep this decision hidden inside their heart. One quiet conversation became the turning point they never saw coming. No one forced them to speak. No one demanded an answer. Yet somehow, during an ordinary moment, they found themselves talking about the future instead of the past. As they listened to their own words, something surprised them. They weren't describing a life built on uncertainty anymore. They were describing a future filled with hope, trust, and a connection they could no longer pretend was unimportant. In that instant, they realized their heart had already made its choice long before their mind was ready to admit it. Don't skip, because this is where everything becomes even more powerful. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The life-changing decision was no longer just a private thought, it had quietly become part of the future they were beginning to believe in with complete confidence. After that conversation ended, they sat alone for a while, replaying every word in their mind. There was no regret. There was no confusion. Instead, there was a calm feeling they hadn't experienced in a very long time. They finally understood that real connections are not measured by perfect timing but by the strength that remains even after difficult seasons. Every challenge had taught them something valuable, and every delay had prepared them for this exact moment. They no longer wanted fear to write the next chapter of their story. They wanted courage to take its place. Don't skip. What happens next is something they never imagined would happen so soon. A new opportunity is quietly approaching, and they can feel that the pieces are beginning to fit together in a way that once seemed impossible. Now everything is moving toward a moment that could change the direction of this story forever. The person you love is no longer asking whether this decision was the right one. They have already answered that question in their heart. What they are waiting for now is the perfect moment to let their actions match the choice they have already made inside. Every passing day gives them more confidence, more peace, and more determination than the day before. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. In the final part, you will discover the quiet promise they make to themselves, a promise that transforms this decision from a simple thought into a future they are finally ready to embrace. The quiet promise they made was unlike anything they had ever made before. It wasn't spoken to the world, and it wasn't written where others could see it. It was a promise whispered inside their own heart: I will no longer let fear decide what matters most. That single promise changed everything. From that moment on, they stopped searching for reasons to walk away and started searching for reasons to move forward. Every sunrise reminded them that a new chapter is always possible for those willing to believe in it. They understood that the most meaningful decisions are rarely the loudest, they are the ones made in silence, where courage quietly replaces doubt. Don't skip, because the ending of this story carries the greatest message of all. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The decision they made was not about changing the past. It was about protecting the future they now believed was still worth building. As the days continued, they noticed something remarkable. The weight they had been carrying for so long no longer felt as heavy. Instead of wondering what might go wrong, they began appreciating what could finally go right. Every memory became a lesson instead of a burden. Every delay became preparation instead of disappointment. Their heart felt lighter because it was no longer fighting against itself. For the first time, hope became stronger than hesitation. They realized that some people enter your life for a reason that cannot be explained by logic alone. Those connections continue to shape your journey, even through seasons of silence. That realization filled them with a quiet confidence they had never experienced before. Don't skip. The final truth is the most important part of this entire journey, and it explains why this life-changing decision will continue to shape everything that comes next. Today, the story closes with a new beginning rather than an ending. The person you love has chosen to step into tomorrow carrying hope instead of uncertainty, courage instead of fear, and purpose instead of hesitation. The decision has already been made deep within their heart, and whether the path unfolds quickly or gradually, they no longer wish to turn away from what they truly value. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Sometimes the greatest turning points arrive quietly, long before the world notices them. And perhaps this is one of those moments, a reminder that the strongest choices are made when the heart finally finds the courage to believe in a brighter tomorrow. Even though this chapter seems complete, another unexpected door is beginning to open. The person you love has discovered that making the decision was only the first step. Living according to that decision is the journey that truly changes everything. Every new day strengthens the confidence they found within themselves. The questions that once kept them awake have been replaced by a quiet determination to stop letting yesterday control tomorrow. They no longer feel trapped by old doubts or past misunderstandings. Instead, they are choosing to believe that the best chapters are often written after the longest periods of waiting. Don't skip, because what happens next brings this story to an entirely new level. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They can already sense that life is gently arranging circumstances in ways they never expected, and each small step forward feels like another confirmation that they made the right choice. There is one final realization that continues to echo inside their heart. They now understand that genuine connections grow stronger through patience, honesty, and hope. They are no longer searching for signs to convince themselves. They are simply allowing their actions to reflect the decision they have already made. Every quiet moment reminds them that meaningful change rarely happens all at once. It happens one choice, one conversation, and one act of courage at a time. That truth has become their greatest source of strength. Don't skip. Something even more meaningful is hidden within this final message. The future they once questioned now feels filled with possibility, and they are ready to embrace whatever opportunities come with an open heart instead of a guarded one. As this journey moves forward, remember that every powerful story reaches a moment where uncertainty gives way to hope. This was that moment for the person you love. They have chosen to move ahead with clarity, peace, and renewed purpose, believing that the most meaningful decisions are the ones that inspire growth rather than fear. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Sometimes a life-changing decision is not the end of the story, it is the quiet beginning of everything that follows. And somewhere beyond today's chapter, a new season is already waiting, carrying fresh opportunities, deeper understanding, and a future that feels brighter simply because they finally chose to believe in it. Everything seemed calm on the outside, but inside their heart, a quiet transformation was taking place. They stopped asking themselves whether this decision was too risky and started asking a far more important question: what kind of future do I truly want to create? The answer became clearer with every passing day. They realized that some people enter your life for a reason that cannot be replaced by anyone else. That realization gave them a peace they had been searching for all along. Don't skip, because the next moment changed everything. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Then an unexpected reminder appeared when they least expected it. It wasn't loud or dramatic, but it carried a powerful meaning. A familiar place, a forgotten memory, or a simple conversation suddenly reminded them of everything they had almost walked away from. Instead of feeling regret, they felt gratitude. They understood that every delay had been preparing them for this exact season of clarity. The fear of making the wrong choice slowly disappeared, replaced by the confidence that some decisions are worth believing in even before the results become visible. They quietly smiled, knowing their heart was finally at peace. Now they are standing at the edge of a brand new chapter, and something inside them refuses to look back. The decision they made is becoming stronger with every sunrise, and they know they can no longer ignore what they truly feel. Don't skip, because the biggest revelation has not happened yet. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. In the next part, you will discover the surprising event that makes them realize this decision was not just emotional, it was the beginning of a future they never imagined could become real. That single moment gives them the final confirmation they had been waiting for, and once it happens, nothing will ever feel the same again.